way, and it's important to understand what this means for your taxes. Joining me now with tips on that is Jim Hudson from our ABC News 4 tax experts, Hudson Associates. Good to see you, Jim.
Good morning.
Now, we don't really want to think about tax time. We want to enjoy the holiday season, but you're saying there are some steps we need to take now to get a better April. Is that right?
That's right. And the thing is, you only have 11 days before the end of the year.
Okay.
And what I want to try to do is give you some some year-end tax tips.
Okay, so what are some of the things we need to do right now?
Well, first of all, I don't know everybody's situation, so they need to talk to the tax preparer or go to the IRS.gov.
Yep.
But for year-end planning, you should do is go through the teachers. Teacher number one. If you hadn't spent the $250 that you're allowed to deduct every year off your income, you ought to spend it before the end of the year.
And that's because you're spending on supplies all year for the kids. Right. Okay.
And the other thing is this credit may not be extended. Right now it's not going to be extended, but our feeling is it will be extended.
Okay.
IRAs. This is probably my favorite. Convert an IRA to an ordinary IRA.
And we still have time to do that within the last 11 days?
11 days. It's a big deal about an IRA. If you convert from an ordinary to a Roth during this period of time, you have until you file your tax returns to change your mind.
Okay.
And that means you can either partial or full. That's probably one of the few things. It's called a recharacterization.
All right. Now, for some folks at work, they might have some work expenses that they can deduct as well, correct?
Yes, they can. There's a threshold of a 2% deduction. So you have to go over 2% of your AGI before you need to take anything off.
Okay. One of the big things I've always wondered about is to do the standard deduction or itemize. What's the break-even point there?
Normally, what I look at is if people want to itemize, they usually have to have a house, and they used to have property tax on the house and the interest. Now, and they also have bid donations, but the main thing is the house.
Okay.
Medical is kind of tricky. It's a 7.5% threshold, so anything above 7.5% is what you can deduct.
All right.
Here again, if you look at medical, if you're very close to that threshold or you're over it, you might as well do as much as you can. You pay your doctor a little early, go ahead and get eyeglasses, whatever.
Sure. Now, as a tax guy, this sounds kind of strange to me, but you're encouraging me to spend right now, but not to take in a whole lot of money. Is that correct? Yeah.
Normally, what the old adage is that you want to take all the expenses you can and push off all the revenue you can. People that can push off revenue, if you can get your bonus in the next year, that's usually better. If you're a sole proprietor and you can push off some of your collection to next year, that's good.
Okay. And what are some of the other things, since we do only have 11 days left, what can everybody do at home right this minute?
All right. First of all, you can always give a gift to a relative.
Okay.
It's a good planning tool for estates. If you don't want your estate to be that big, you can always give a gift, and it's $13,000 per person.
Okay.
That means if you gave $13,000 to a person, your wife gave $13,000 too.
Okay. So there it is, and you've got plenty more tips, and Hudson Associates can help you out. Get a hold of them because tax time is right around the corner. Jim, thanks for those great tips, and have a happy holiday season.
You too.
All right. Well, are you still